Hello, I'm Allie,
I'm Madison.
and this is a random episode of our podcast. Not this, none of these books.
It's going to be under the mysteries of the Cho-Cho series, but this is just a headcanon we have of another myth. We're just altering it to the way we like to think of it, even though it's not the true telling, but you can never tell the true telling of a Greek mythology story.
I say, translation messes up a lot. Like, the myths that we know by heart from the internet or whatever could just be translated bad. And maybe most of the gods go by completely different names, okay? We have no idea. So, do not take this to heart. This is all just for fun. And we came up with it during class because we were bored.
We have a class together which we do nothing in, and we were watching...
Which actually this podcast is for.
Yes. But in our class, one of our classes, we were watching a movie called Clash of Titans, and we were discussing how they portrayed Zeus differently than we thought Zeus should be portrayed.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up making a whole new story.
He really seemed like a family man, which was really weird. He's the opposite of
that. But one of the statements in the movie said, Zeus created mankind.
And as a big fan of Greek mythology itself, I immediately said, that's fucking false. So, the god, or the titan Prometheus, is actually the one who created man.
Yes.
Sure, Zeus is the one who gave him the task, but Prometheus is the one who did it. And a lot of stuff happened after that.
So, this is our retelling of this story.
Of this little story.
So, we are going to tell you how Zeus got Prometheus to make mankind.
And all the stupid shit that came after that.
Yes.
Alright. It starts with the Titan War. So, Cronus has, all his children have just come back. They decided, alright, we're gonna overthrow our weird, cannibalistic father.
Yes.
And, Cronus did have some help from his siblings, some of the other Titans. But Prometheus and his brother Epiphanes, which I think that's his name, but we're just gonna call them Prometheus and Epi. Because I hate having to say Epi's full name. I just can't remember it, and I know I'm going to mess it up later on. So, Prometheus and Epi decided to be on Zeus's side. Because they're like, you know what, these tiny little Olympians, they might actually have a chance of winning this. So why not be on the, they didn't want to be on the losing side. So yeah, they helped Zeus. And because they helped Zeus, Zeus didn't immediately throw them in Tartarus like he did with the rest of the Titans. Because guess what? The Olympians won.
Really? We wouldn't have this story, probably, if they didn't.
I said, probably not, no.
We wouldn't have our telling if the Olympians did not win.
I would say, if Cronus won, then he would have just killed all his children, and considering he ate, or at least attempted to eat all of them whenever they were born, I doubt he would have won. Besides Zeus, he wanted to, though.
He wanted to, but didn't succeed.
But, considering he did that, I don't think he would have wanted to have any more children after that, so it would have just been, the Titans and everything before that. But we have this story now.
We have our notes, so if you see us looking at the paper, it's because we have a lot of notes
that I wrote. I have it back here. Alright, so after the Titan War, Zeus really he was like, you know what? I'm bored. This is boring. There's nothing down there, in the surface world. Sure, we have Olympus. We have this huge temple on a mountain, but there's nothing happening below. There's nothing. It's so boring. So they said, you know what? Prometheus and Epi, you guys get to make mortals. And mortals isn't just human. That also means animals. Now, Epi decided he wanted to be in charge of doing the animals. And Prometheus is like, okay, I'm okay with doing humans. But Epi gave all the good qualities to the animals, and you know what? With how our society's going right now, it makes sense.
The animals are the best.
just saying. Compared to animals, we suck. Don't take that to heart. This is all jokes in this episode. So Prometheus, he realized that there were no good qualities left for the humans. But he's like, they have to, have some good skills, some good qualities. We can't just leave them to be left behind. So he decided to get the fire from the torches on Olympus. Now this is where we spin it.
This is where we spin it. Zeus is going to see Prometheus say, hey, I need you to make mankind. He's like, sure. Or no, Zeus says, if you won't do it, I will seduce you.
Immediately
I will do you
no.
a favor.
No.
And he's like...
And Prometheus is like, no, how about I go ahead and make the humans, and you don't seduce me. Just don't touch me.
Just stay away, and slowly opens the door and walks out of his room.
And if you need a little clarification of why this joke is meant to be funny, Zeus is a whore. Okay,
Zeus
he
will
sleeps
sleep with anything.
with multiple people, anything as well. Not just gods and goddesses, people and animals. There's also
Anything.
there's a whole other myth
If
about
it-
fucking a cow.
If
Okay.
he breathes, Zeus will fuck it.
Okay, like that is his mentality, constantly. So Zeus decided, all right, I'm gonna bribe this man, this Titan, to create mankind. And Prometheus is like, you know what? You don't have to do that. Zeus tried seducing Prometheus. Prometheus said, you know what? No, I can just go ahead and do what you want me to do, and you don't touch me. Stay 7 feet apart at all times, please.
Stay at least longer than your dick away.
Make sure your dick is not long enough to reach me, and we're fine.
We're good as long as you stay that far away.
So, yeah, he did make humans. But when Prometheus realized that he needed to get something for the humans, he decided on the fire from the torches on Olympus. And because, humans need fire to stay warm, they need to cook. Like, they really needed it, or else they were going to freeze to death and starve.
And the fire is, you know where? Zeus.
Zeus.
It's on Olympus, but with Zeus.
But with Zeus, Prometheus can't just walk onto Olympus and take all the torches right in front of Zeus, because Zeus is always up there. So,
In our canon, Prometheus goes to Zeus.
and he says, you know what?
I'll take you up on your
I'll
offer.
take you up on that offer.
And then he knocks him over the head.
Yeah, okay, so basically he waits
After Zeus takes off his clothes.
I was gonna say, he waits until Zeus thinks that
He's gonna get something.
he's gonna get something out of this. He turns his back for at least a second to, do something. And then he, takes something heavy that's in his
Maybe
room.
the torch. We don't know.
I was like, maybe he just grabbed the torch and did it that way. But he swings it across Zeus' head
And knocks him out.
and knocks him out. So that way Prometheus is able to take the fire. Let me put this down so we can see the thing. And Prometheus
Takes the fire.
all this fire, looks down on the walls and says,
Go,
fire! And basically sets half the world on fire. Basically sets off a worldwide forest fire.
And everyone is going crazy.
I was like,
Except Zeus. Zeus knows nothing.
I say, mortals are dying from, literally being burned alive. Animals are dying. Trees are dying. Hestia, goddess of fire, earth, and home, she's freaking out because she can't control the fire. Demeter's freaking out because all her crops are burning. Everything's going ballistic. And Zeus is up there. He finally wakes up. He gets his cardigan because he's like, ooh, it's a little chilly.
He thinks, it's a little cold. Maybe someone's taking the sun on a walk.
Which is probably Helios, Titan of the sun.
Because I don't remember his name. It's been a long day.
Whose name?
Huh?
Whose name?
The one that's over the sun after he leaves.
Apollo.
Yes! Why? He's the most basic person ever and he can't remember.
Also, he's literally the one god whose name stays the same when it's transferred into Roman mythology.
Yes.
Like Sun, or Zeus turns into Jupiter. Demeter turns into Ceres. Apollo is just Apollo, and
Yes.
that's the one you forget.
It's been a long day.
It's been a very long day. We recorded another episode before this.
Yes. So, since Apollo is not yet born, Helios is taking the sun on a walk.
Yeah, so, Helios is doing his rounds,
And so Zeus is like, the sun's just on a walk. And so he grabs his little wool
even though
cardigan.
it's still morning, so the sun's probably not going to be that far from him.
Exactly.
And then he doesn't think twice. He gets his cardigan, and he wraps it around himself.
Nothing
Keep in
else.
mind, he has nothing else on. It is just a cardigan. He apparently doesn't care if his dick is cold. Nope. Just a cardigan. Just
It was
walking around
tiny
like this.
anyways.
Uh-huh. Well, technically, fun fact, apparently in ancient Greece, when they made those statues and barely put little to no dick, that meant, apparently, so, what the fuck?
Avery.
Go away. Apparently, small dicks meant you were smart and intelligent, and long dicks meant you were the stupidest man on
Actually,
earth.
never mind. Zeus had a long dick.
It's like, so it's probably why you can't keep it out of the pants.
You can't keep it in his. It's too big to fit in there.
Again, it's been a long day and I'm getting my words mixed up. God, twice in a row. Okay.
We're just out of it.
Uh-huh. Also, we had some candy over there. So
We're on sugar rush.
we're on sugar rush right now. Doing this stupid video. Alright, so half the world's on fire. Everybody but Zeus is freaking out. He doesn't realize until Hestia comes up to him and says, "Hey, when are you gonna fix this world fire that's happening? This world crisis that's happening?"
Let's just say it's probably been maybe, I say Zeus, it took Zeus 3 weeks or 3 weeks to someone come up to him.
Uh-huh.
And Hera is sitting there with a tally marker and a whiteboard saying how many times Zeus has walked by it and noticed it or started shivering
And not
done
and
anything.
not connected the dots and realized that the fire is like not there. So yeah, he'll just walk past. He'll see the torch. He's like, "Oh, that's a little weird. Something's missing."
Maybe that painting's off.
Hey, maybe that painting's a little tilted, or maybe the statue's a little
He goes
tilted
over-
to the east.
And then he goes over, shifts the statue,
It's just the statue. He's like, "All right, that's better. There you go."
and walks
That
away.
must have been it, and then walks away. And Hera does not care to
And just
tell him.
keeps marking. Like,
She just keeps marking every single day that passes by, every hour. And eventually, Zeus is like, "The fuck do you mean the torches are gone?"
what do you mean? It's gone? When were you gonna tell me? How long has it been?
And it's like, well, Zeus, it's been about 3 weeks now. Everyone's been trying to stop the world from burning down. And you're just up here in Olympus.
Someone's literally been talking about it in front of you, screaming about it, and you're like, huh. Why are they talking about?
It's like, alright, I'll just look into that later. So eventually,
Forgets about it.
Yeah, no, forgets about it like 2 seconds. Apparently, he has the attention span of a goldfish.
I think he has less than attention span of goldfish.
Anyway, eventually Zeus decides he needs to step in for once in his life, like damn. And he finds Prometheus. He is in the fetal position, just rocking back and forth like, "Fire, fire's so pretty." Because at this point, Prometheus is like, "I've done a good thing. I've given the mortals fire, even though I burned half the world down. And fire's pretty. It's bright. It's shiny. I like the fire." So eventually, Zeus realizes that he really does need to do something. Again, for once in his life, he's a responsible man. And then he finds Prometheus, as I said, rocking back and forth, saying, "Ooh, fire pretty." And he says, "You know what, Prometheus, I know where I went wrong. You did something bad. You pretty much killed half the world after you just created these guys. This requires punishment." So he decided he was going to talk to his brother Hades and get Prometheus to be sent to Tartarus, which is actually the place where the condemned go after they die, basically. And Prometheus had one final resort and said, "Wait,
I will let you fuck me." I literally feel like he would be saying that instead of "I'll let you seduce me." He would be like so desperate and just say,
He's like, "No, please, don't send me. I'll let you fuck me, Zeus."
he would not say seduce. He would be like so desperate to the point where he's like, "I'll let you fuck me." He would just
like, "Please,
flat out.
anything."
He will flat out say it. He will not sugarcoat it.
And guess what? Zeus, being the dumbass and desperate as well, agrees to it. So Prometheus, long story short, he never does go to Tartarus like he should have. And, Hades is probably just sitting there like, "I wonder when this guy's gonna come in." And guess what? I don't know, maybe like 1,000 years later, Hades comes out of his realm and he's like, "Why the fuck is he still on Olympus and not down here?" And Zeus is like, "I don't know, he had a good dick."
Nah, he was good. He fit me very well.
No! No!
They were puzzle pieces.
We're not shipping these two.
We're not, but
We're not.
But
Also, the size difference. No, not just the dicks. Okay.
no, I was thinking of both at the same time.
I'll say no. Okay, see, the Olympians, two of the Titans are maybe this big, and these are the Titans. They are huge. They're literally giants.
Yes.
They're huge. Like.
We didn't know how this happened, but this is our conversations in class.
I say
This is summed up of our conversation. We spent a whole 45 minutes on this, and we're fitting this into maybe a 20-minute thing. So,
Well, I hope you guys liked our little rant about how Zeus cannot stop seducing shit.
yeah.